শুভেন থেকে মাঝখানে
Can
রাখছি।
someone do
And another night in
last?
IPL and another thriller. Mumbai Indians have registered their first win of IPL 2023. Delhi Capitals have lost the match by 6 wickets. It was a last ball thriller, we can say. We'll discuss the match. I'm joined by Rohan Chaudhary and Bharat Ramaraj. Bharat,
শুভেন,
another thriller. What is happening in IPL? Every day we are witnessing last ball thrillers, and Mumbai Indians have registered their first win in IPL 2023.
Shubhain, you have not got your super over yet.
Sort of
Please go
coincidence.
ahead.
One. We saw one thriller and suddenly we saw two, three. So not sure what is actually exactly happening, but yeah, it was a slow pitch kind of typical landmark at the game in Delhi. So yeah, as the match progressed, it became tougher to score, and Nokia obviously bowled a remarkable over, generated some contest swing and got a few Yorkers and bowled a few very full deliveries and made it really tough for Mumbai Indians. But credit to Mumbai Indians, they just scraped home right at the end. They just perhaps played a little bit better. There was one drop catch, a run out chance missed by DC. Those things not helping them, and obviously Green and David just at the right time hit those two sixes, a couple of sixes of cutters bowled by Mustafizur.
Yes, and Shubhain, before we go on to the beginning of the match, let's talk about the last ball. Talk to me about the fielding position because two or four anyway, Mumbai would have won. But talk to me about the fielding position. Why on long off? It should have been a close. All players should have been in the 30-yard circle. What do you think?
I agree. I agree. I would have two needed of one. I wouldn't have kept a log off. Uh, why not? Why not say close down the single? Anyway, if he crosses the 30-yard circle, then it is either a two or a boundary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, they are going to win the. They were going to win the match. So why not keep it short and stop? Try and stop the single there. Something which I think David Warner and the entire DC team management would rue this missed chance.
Exactly. Bharat, your thoughts on this one also and overall DC's performance. Again, the same story. David Warner performing with the bat but not getting the support. Prithvi Shaw not clicking. Your thoughts on DC overall?
Honestly, David Warner, if you ask him, he would say this is definitely not one of my best knocks because he really struggled. Though he scored a 50, he really struggled to time the
But
ball.
he's not getting the support. You know.
Yeah, but still his strike rate was very low. He was struggling to time the ball, if you notice, and he was struggling to play the pull shot. I noted in one tweet that it was when David Warner doesn't play the pull shot again and again, it feels as if someone like from another time, Mohammad Azharuddin or Markov missing out on a flick shot. So because pull shot was his bread and butter. So not sure he played. It was one of his better knocks, but someone like Aksar Patel played a blinder, obviously. But it was kind of this. They fired in fits and starts. They lost wickets right at the end. Even in the ball in hand, they didn't start well. Nortje bowled a super blast over, but it didn't start well. And somewhere in the middle overs, again, they looked like they were making a comeback. And then Mustafizur bowled that one over where he bowled six cutters or something. He could have bowled one wicket every. Lost his line as well. Then again, the drop catch by Mukesh. So it is like there's a kind of performance where they fired in pitch and start. Sometimes they looked good, sometimes they didn't. Perhaps when you're losing, that is how you tend to perform. You kind of have this inconsistent performance you tend to see from a team. But yeah, that long off thing already been discussed. When two runs are required of one ball, you definitely would expect the fielder to come inside. So inside the circle, that was something I guess Warner didn't see it or something like that. Just a mistake that oversight or something, just a mistake that happened.
Yes, Shubhain.
Yes, Satro has joined us. Satro, we were talking about the field placement in the last ball. 2 runs needed of one. Would you have kept a long off there?
No, I think it should have been inside the circle, and
Hmm.
it was a little bit improbable because 2 runs by hook or crook you get it. Uh,
Hmm.
it was an excellent last over. I have not seen this kind of a last over ball by anybody in any
Hmm.
format of the match of the game. And bad luck, Delhi Capitals. Bad luck, not yeah. But that was it was a little difficult to defend.
Yeah.
And one more thing. I mean, so many heart-stopping moments, so many heart attack moments over the last 3 days. Every night you get a heart attack. So that was
That's the form of
there is a
IPL.
there is a beauty of IPL.
Hopefully by the end of IPL we all will be alive and surviving for the WTC final.
Some of us will go to the ICU. Huh? I remind you. Huh?
But it's good to be a
As
neutral
long
fan.
as it is as long it is not the ACU, we are fine. We are fine there.
Brilliant. Yeah.
It, it's good to be neutral fans in this match, in this type of matches. Because when your team is playing in that position, your heartbeat suddenly becomes 130 plus, and
But Ron, it is a nightmare for the writers who are writing the review post match copy. It is an absolute nightmare. I think all of us has witnessed the 2019 World Cup final. It was the worst I have ever seen. I changed my copy 5 times. The opening para was changed 5 times. I'm pretty sure the last 3 matches have given us the same sort of nightmares.
after
Yes,
already
Arthur.
looking at his hands,
Yes,
yes,
sir.
Yeah.
Arthur,
Uh, yes. What I'm trying to say here is that see, when you work for organizations where there is a deadline and which has to be followed very, very strictly, you need
Hmm.
to send your stuff. I mean, whether it's a copy, written copy, or a video, those things on time. And then when these things happen, then you're completely at a loss. I mean, what to do? I mean, how do you comprehend in a few words what's going on? And that's an absolute challenge. And the last 3 days have challenged us to the limits. I mean,
exactly.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Well, Bharat, coming to you, how important will this not be for Rohit Sharma getting these runs? How important will it be for going forward?
Yeah, it's a very important knock for him. One thing I noticed with his innings was he looked tried to rely on timing rather than trying to muscle the ball. That is something that we have seen over the last 12 months. At times in limited overs cricket, especially in T20 cricket, in T20 World Cup, even during the Tour of England, in T20 Ice, he's tried to really whiff or club the ball, muscle it, and he hasn't really succeeded at times. I think he's at his best when he tries to rely on timing or tries to depend on timing. That is when he's at his absolute best. Not too sure muscling the ball or clubbing it is really meant for him. Today from the right from the start when he played those pull shots, when he played that pickup shot, all the strokes he played. He was looking to rely more on timing. He was letting the ball to come on to his bat and then play late, and that is what I think really helped him. And obviously, once he got set, he was able to kind of shepherd the team almost in the end. But obviously, eventually he got out. Still, a knock that would really give him a lot of confidence because if the leader is doing well, then it definitely would help the side as well.
Exactly.
let's
Yes,
come to
Shubham.
Right.
let's come to Delhi Capitals. I mean, 4 out of 4, and qualifications for the playoffs is going to be a very, very difficult and distant dream here on for such
Right,
a side.
right. You're absolutely spot on, Arthur. Yes. Now,
And
and for Delhi Capitals, now that they have lost 4 on the trot, they will have to win 4 on the trot to again level things around.
hmm,
And that is an extremely tough. We all know that in a 10-team IPL with all the quality sides that we have right now, and players like Rinku and Shardul doing madness, Nicholas Puran doing madness every day. I think the challenge is extremely tough for Delhi Capitals here. And I think when we analyze the squad on paper, Athro keeps on saying cricket is not played on paper, and that is this is the perfect example that why cricket is not played on paper, because Delhi Capitals are a supremely quality side on paper, but somehow, as Ricky Ponting also said in the pre-match press conference, that they are failing to understand what is going wrong for them because all the players on paper are quality. They are world class, if not everyone, or at least 80% of them have played international cricket.
Can I add one point with Delhi
Yes,
Capitals?
yes, Bharat.
The thing is, Delhi Capitals, if you look at their batting unit, I think I said it once as well. David Warner, or for the matter, those who are sitting in the bench sometimes, Riley Russo, Prithvi Shaw, Safraz Khan, all these guys, Mitchell Marsh, and all these guys tend to play on the through the line. This on the slow pitches that tend to stay low. Not too sure if this kind of pitches helping the Delhi Capitals either at home. The team that they've selected is more meant for tracks where the ball nicely comes on the bat. So looking at that kind of side, the pitches that they're preparing, obviously you get this kind of slow and low pitches at Delhi, but not sure it is really helping them.
When are DC playing RCB at Chinnaswamy? That's the real question. That is where I think they will enjoy the most. The batters, I think, they need that Chinnaswamy track to come back to some confidence and form. But Atra, I have two questions about two individual players. Number one is Tilak Verma. I'll ask you about him first. A special player. He's a special player in the making. We have talked about Tilak Verma in our domestic adda as well. He's the backbone of the Hyderabad team, but slowly and steadily, he's still very young, but he's looking extremely mature with the bat, if not with the ball so far.
With the ball, let us wait a little bit
Yeah,
longer.
yeah,
But as far as the bat is concerned, yes, he's making telling contributions. And today was another day when he took the pressure off Rohit Sharma.
Hmm.
Ishan Kishan made a very fast contribution and then he got out. But
Right,
after that, Tilak Verma took the pressure off Rohit Sharma, and the way this boy is shaping up, we can expect that another star is there in the making. And
right.
I say this because the kind of temperament he shows, not just the strike rate. It's not about strike rate.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
It's about the
Right.
temperament, and to maintain that in a pressure situation in such a high profile game is something quite remarkable, which this boy is showing, and that is why I think, and we must all think that there is something happening here, something serious happening here.
And he has a century for India as well. I guess against South Africa or Bangladesh, I can't remember quite well precisely, but I think he has a century for
Bharat,
India as well. So making that,
Bharat will be able to tell. I mean, which
was it South Africa or was it Bangladesh, Bharat, if you remember?
Perhaps Bangladesh, but I'm a bit confused on
Um,
this.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Even I am a bit
fair enough.
confused on this. But Atro, my second question about the second player is Surya Kumar Yadav. Not long before he scored three consecutive golden ducks for India, and now after three matches, another golden duck for him. So you have witnessed so many players. You have covered so many dip in form, so many slumps of big major players for India. But how tough does it become for a player like suddenly you are the number one T20I batter in the world and suddenly you are going through this sort of slump?
I'm sure that it becomes very, very tough. And this reminds me of Mohinder Ramanath back into the right after the '83 Indian World Cup win, when he was the superstar in that series. He was the we all know he was the man of the match in the
Hmm.
final and the semi-final. Before that, there were test series against West Indies and Pakistan, very excelled, and then when Pakistan came to West Indies came
West
to India,
Indies.
he got yeah,
One
West
run.
Indies came to India, he got
That was the revenge series, right? That was the revenge series for the West Indies.
he got
One
five
run.
ducks out of 6 innings. Uh, so see, that's not exactly what I want to say. I mean, what I want to say is
Yes.
that how you perform when you have become a star, that is important. I mean, once you perform when you have not become a star is something, and how you perform when you have become a star has become is something else. So it has not gone well for Surya Kumar Yadav for this while. And yes, we all know the numbers. I mean, how many ducks, how many balls, and all that. But it's a tough cookie. I expect him to come back.
Yes.
He need
Bharat
he
would
need
want
that he needs that Mumbai's khadus mood now
Just
more than ever.
just
I'll,
add
I'll tell
one
you.
point.
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something about a match. That was a Ranji Trophy match, which is a completely different format altogether, right? And he was the captain of Bombay, and it was a match against Tamil Nadu in Chennai, and where he came out to bat in the first innings when his team had lost 2 or 3 wickets quite early. First three shots he attempted were reverse sweeps. Not one was connected. Next three shots he tried were proper, I mean, conventional sweeps. Uh, First two were not connected. Third one was got a bit of an edge and he got out for a 6 ball duck. And in the second innings, he scored some 60 odd of 200 balls. He played 200 balls in that second innings. So this boy has something in him. I mean, let's not rule him out. He knows how to come back.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, Bharat, before I come to you, Shubhan, we have some fan questions for. Can we please have them? Swapni?
Let's take that. Green room. How long will Arjun Tendulkar be ignored? 3 years now. I think if Jofra Archer is out for a while, then this is perhaps the best season to try out an Arjun Tendulkar. What say, Bharat?
Yeah, see, first thing you notice about Arjun Tendulkar is a tall man, is 6 feet 3 inches. So obviously he looks to swing the ball. He has added, I think, he add of pace. Obviously,
Hmm.
there are he's raw, still raw, but he's very tall man, and he obviously can bat a bit as well. If you notice that MI side, they have picked, they keep picking this Arshad Khan. I've seen him in DY Patil tournaments and all. He can swing the ball, but in the 3 matches he's played, he's not looked to ball full and swing the ball for some reason. I don't know what is their plan, because he keeps bowling short and wide, or keeps bowling good length. So if he's not looking to swing the ball, then perhaps look at and the left armor and pick someone like Arjun Tendulkar, because he's taller than Arshad. Although he also looks to swing the ball, but he's taller, so he will get a little more bounce as a bowler. That could help MI somewhere. But that's what they're thinking. They perhaps have a long-term plan with him as an all-rounder. I'm not too sure, but yeah, they can definitely try if Arshad Khan keeps not balls full and looks for swing.
Now let
Okay.
us come back to the Delhi debacle. I mean, this Delhi disaster that is happening. I mean, let us come back to that. I mean,
Hmm.
I go to Shubhan. Shubhan,
Right.
what do you think? I mean, what is going so paramountly wrong for them?
I like that word paramountly wrong for Delhi Capitals, and it is indeed the situation. But uh, I'll cite two reasons why Delhi are more or less struggling in this tournament. Firstly, their domestic batters. I have mentioned it in I guess the last DC show. Their domestic batters are not performing. That is one biggest concern. In IPL, I think more than you need your four overseas players to fire all cylinders, you need the domestic guys who take 60%, 70% of your team to do well. And unless your Manish Pandey, unless your Prithvi Shaws don't do well, I think Delhi Capitals will keep on struggling. They even their pace bowling department, they bought in a Mustafizur, they bought in a Andik Nokia, they did well, but Mukesh Kumar, those two sixes and 1 4 of Tilak Verma, I think that could have been avoided had there been a, Mukesh, I keep on saying he's a very, very good red ball bowler, but somewhat in white ball cricket, he's still not ready for, top level cricket. I love Mukesh Kumar as a bowler. I'm a big fan. But in white ball cricket, in T20 format, I have written it in the past as well when India drafted him into the T20I side that Mukesh is not a really not a T20I bowler. So their domestic core needs to fire together along with the overseas lot. Those are doing well.
Yes.
What about their dugout where there are so many stalwarts sitting in over there? And
To be honest, Atro, I seriously feel the condition right now. Had a Ricky Ponting and Saurav Ganguly opened, they would have done a bit better. They would have done a bit better, followed by number three, Praveen Amre. They would have scored at least 70 runs in the power play.
So coming on
uh,
to that note, a positive, very few positives for DC. Akshar Patel is one, though he ended up on the losing side, but he's always someone like when my team needs, I will perform for club and country. 25 balls, 54 runs, four fours and five sixes. Your thoughts on Akshar Patel's performance?
Yeah, see,
Akshar,
Akshar Patel is definitely improving game by game. The thing about Akshar Patel is the way he was landing even pull shots against pace bowlers. I never thought I would say this, but Akshar Patel was landing the pull shot better than David Warner today. As I said, I've watched David Warner since that 2008 match it played, I guess, in South Africa, but he's always someone who's landed the pull so well. But today, Akshar Patel was landing the pull stock better than even better than David Warner, and he can obviously play the spinners well. This on the slow pitches, tracks that tend to stay low. He's someone who uses the crease brilliantly. He's quite tall. He uses the crease really well. His footwork is very good. That is something that we have already noticed in the past. So yeah, suited to these conditions, and also he's playing the pace ball is really much lot better than what he used to when I first saw him. So 4 or 5 years ago, whatever, 7 years ago when I first saw him, he's certainly improved his game against pace as well. He can play lofted shots down the ground. He can also play the pulls. So yeah, he's playing at his best form, I guess, with the bat in hand.
yep. Yeshua.
So perhaps after I think Lalit Yadav above Akshar Patel in the batting unit, that is something DC are doing wrong at the moment. Give Akshar Patel your man in form the maximum deliveries.
undoubtedly, because he is somebody who's see Akshar Patel. The first and foremost thing about Akshar Patel is he's an intelligent guy, and it's more than I mean, other than skills, he uses intelligence to bring in this efficiency. You saw the way he fielded today. Those one-handed pickups down mid-wicket and those bullet throws in, which converted, which restricted boundaries to singles. Uh, so he's somebody who thinks on his feet, and yes, I definitely think that he deserves to be pushed up the order a little bit, at least by 1 or 2 notches. And but I don't know whether they will do it or not, whether it's too late to do it or not. But give 100% to Aksar Patel. I mean, what he was doing today, it was just a question of 10 or 12 more runs, right? I mean, other than that freaky show where they lost 4 wickets, they could have won this match easily. I mean, something around 185. It was not beyond their reach, but that over, I think, killed the game for them as far as the batting effort is concerned.
Right. Right, and I guess this is something which other teams will be taking a cue of what happened in the last 3 days. Losing those quick wickets have been detrimental to the sides that have ended up on the losing side. We have another fan question before we'll take that one and close the session. So yes, Swapnil, please flash that on. Is Abhishek Porel the best fielder in the DC team? Abhishek Porel is a wicket keeper. Yes, he's a sharp guy. Okay, did Rinku Singh's innings deserve Ian Bishop's commentary? We are not discussing the KKR match. Of course, there have been slight criticism around what the English commentators did. That's why I keep on saying, if you want to enjoy the occasion, watch it in Bhojpuri. Watch it in Punjabi. You will have the real essence of what the Bhojpuri commentators went absolutely mad in the last two games. Especially go back, switch on to the Bhojpuri commentary and witness them call out Rinku Singh's 5 sixes. You will be absolutely delighted. But yes, I think Abhishek Porel is the wicket keeper. I don't think that's a valid question to take on. There are some good fielders. Lalit Yadav is a terrific fielder for DC. Manish Pandey, I think he's one of the finest fielders in the entire IPL. So there are better fielders, outfield fielders. So I think we'll keep those questions for these answers. But yes,
that was a
yes.
special catch. That was a very, very
Oh,
special
that
catch.
was that was. He's a good keeper. He's a good keeper. He's a sharp keeper, and yes, a bright future ahead for Abhishek Porel as well. But I would like to see him bat a bit above. I think he deserves that. He has that kind of range and the power that a T20 game requires.
This catch reminded me of that very, very famous photograph taken by Patrick Eager, going back to ages, when
Right.
Rodney Marsh flew to his right to catch a ball, bowled by Gilmer. And
Hmm.
it's an iconic picture. We all know that. And this catch
Yeah.
was, I mean, it was right up there. But Abhishek Puri has a long way to go. Let's not
Right.
too much into this performance only.
Right.
He's too raw.
Absolutely. I think, yeah, he's too raw perhaps, but he'll learn. He's a quick learner. He will learn his craft and hopefully start performing consistently for Bengal. He's very new to the Bengal senior team as well. But I
And
guess
Shubham,
that's a good note. Yeah,
before you end, you have a Man City and Bayern Munich lined up coming up next.
I'm already sweating. I'm
Wow.
already sweating. That's going to be a big one. I'm already sweating. I'll just after this live, I'll switch on to my Man City jersey and watch the match. Fingers
My, my,
crossed. Fingers crossed for that.
my question for Bharat, Man City, Bayern, who's going to win?
Bharat is already nodding. Bharat is already nodding. He's now sweating more than I am.
You should ask lot more about someone like Rafa Nadal. Then I would say.
Yeah.
Tennis and F1 guy. Talk to him about Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. He will have long answers. Talking about Rafael Nadal, he will
Let
have
us
super long
let us
answers.
let us end this session on the note on how disastrous has the Delhi campaign been so far, and what are their chances of making it to the playoffs? I mean, it's very difficult. I mean, now they have to win almost everything, and it's at
Right.
such a high
Are we
intensity.
are,
I mean, look at the
are
people
we
who are
having
sitting in
any
the dugout.
written? Atra, are we having any written editorial on this? Delhi Capitals is slump or their start to IPL 2023? I think
We'll come
someone.
we'll come to that later, but let us let us imagine and just visualize. I mean, who are the people sitting in the dugouts? Ricky Ponting, Saurav Ganguly. These are the
Praveen
most
Amre.
yes, and there are so many others. And this team is such an ambitious team, which has a lot of ammunition as well. And so far, they have now it's looking very very difficult for them to qualify for the playoffs.
Yeah.
True. So
So I
I
think
think we'll dissect DC Delhi Capitals and their start to IPL 2023 with a written piece perhaps. I think we'll discuss it after the show ends. But most likely we'll have something on DC. So don't forget to check out our website. Keep checking them. because we have a lot of previews and reviews and editorials, interviews as well. You can see some exclusive footages from the KKR practice as well, which Debashish is covering. So plenty of photos, visuals there. So and quality written pieces. If Atriyo is writing, if Bharat is writing, it has to be quality. So don't miss out on those. Redsports.in is your destination if you want to read out something special on during this IPL and after the IPL ends, we have WTC final as well. But tomorrow is another good match on cards: Chennai Super Kings versus Rajasthan Royals. The homecoming of Ravichandran Ashwin who will win the match and go top of the standings. That remains to be seen. We'll be back with the pre-match show tomorrow before the match starts at 7 p.m. And before that, at 9 a.m., join Rohan Chaudhary for the teeing off show, where he will discuss what happened in the two matches that will be played in the Champions League. Will Man City, hopefully, fingers crossed, defeat Bayern Munich? Will
Shubham, what are you
Napoli are
doing?
playing, right?
Ah,
I'll be awake till 3:34, so I don't know whether I'll be able to make it or not. I'll try,
okay.
but no
But
promises there. But
hope City wins.
if City wins, then most likely I'll be excited. I'll wake up pretty early and come to your show. But
Okay, okay.
no promises there. But to all our viewers, don't forget to join Rohan Chaudhary at 9 a.m. and then 7 p.m. for our pre-match show for CSK versus RR. Thank you, Atro. Thank you, Bharat. Thank you, Rohan. And have a good sleep. We'll be back again tomorrow. It's a relentless IPL, as we say.
Good night. Good
Thank
night,
you.
everyone.